Hey there, comic book friends. I'm Travis.
And I'm Ethan.
And this is
Monster Comic Reviews.
That's right. This is for the
week of the 14th.
Yes, second week, right? I'm assuming that's
so.
second week
Uh-huh.
of August 2013. Very small list this time, so we'll probably take twice as long talking about it because that's how we work. What are we talking about first?
First up we have Astro City, issue 3.
Astro City. I really like this book. It's lots of fun. Right, and notorious for lots of times stories being told where the superheroes are secondary characters that are kind of in the backdrop of whatever's going on in somebody else's life. Certainly that's what this issue is.
Yep.
I was kind of surprised because, issue 1, we had this kind of scenario with the door and all the crazy guy that broke the fourth wall and all that kind of stuff. And then the second issue, we have this girl who works a call center and crazy stuff goes on and it ends with kind of a disaster kind of thing. And I figured, issue 3 is going to be a completely another story about something completely different. But no, we continued on the story with the girl from the call center. I really like that. It kind of resolves a little more of where she's at and what her place is and how the place operates and has a good story by the end of it. I guess as far as what her role is and what it means to have the job that she has and what kind of people they want having that job. Yeah, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, me too. I didn't realize that that upstairs was actually the superheroes.
Well, you go far enough upstairs, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but apparently I always thought that the upstairs that they were talking about were their elite.
Well, it
call
is.
team. I know,
but you're right.
I didn't realize that half the time when they say upstairs in reference to certain things that they mean the actual superheroes.
Right.
I was like, oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The whole idea of a call center for superheroes.
For superheroes, that's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
it's still
really
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's cool that they can pull it off. A little changing base every week. That makes sense.
Right. So the bad guys don't hunt it down and blow it up or whatever. So, but cool. Like I said, I don't know that I have a ton to say about it. Just really enjoy it and it being kind of a different, offbeat superhero book. Having to do with all the other stuff about living in a super powered world that would be interesting. So, yeah. I give the book a 4.
Yeah, me too.
I enjoyed it. Okay, next up we're going to talk about Batgirl, issue 23. This is the beginning of the Wanted arc.
Yeah, well, first of all, this is a really cool cover.
Yeah.
I just like the imagery on it. It's just awesome, with her, with the, all
bound
up in the Do Not Cross stuff, and Gordon back there with his pistol going,
Looks pretty sinister. Yeah.
It's cool. Well, I'm excited for this, because I'm excited for Gordon to either get past, going, Batgirl.
Yeah, how long will they drag out his
obsession with finding his daughter? Well, obviously he doesn't know his daughter.
No, it's not his daughter. I don't think that's going to go away. I don't think that's going to go away unless they find James Jameson Jr. alive somewhere. Is it?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, he knows just how sinister and awful his son is. I mean, he understands how diabolical he is. And he still somehow doesn't believe. I mean, even in this issue, I liked that that Detective Martinez, is that her name?
Yeah.
That she kind of goes, "Are we sure that Batgirl had a choice in this? Because I mean, she's worked with Batgirl. I mean, I mean, it isn't necessarily a fan of hers, but it's like this just doesn't seem like Batgirl's MO kind of a thing." And he's like, "Doesn't matter, bring her to justice." Like I said, I don't think it's. I don't see how they're going to write this story for him to come to terms with that. Short of him, the only alternatives I can see is they find out that James Jason Jr. is still alive, which he is if you read Suicide Squad. The character is still alive. Or he catches Batgirl and finds out that Batgirl is his daughter, is Barbara. That's the only way I see there being a resolution to this. Otherwise, he's determined. I mean, unless something so horrific, unless something so horrific happens that that shuts him down. I mean, if he does something in the process of trying to catch her that is so horrible that it shakes him to his core.
Yeah.
And what happens in this book, which I won't 100% spoil it, other than Barbara may not be going on any more dates.
Yeah.
That isn't going to be enough to change him. I mean, from his perspective, that was a kid that was out of control and had a gun, and so they shot the crap out of him.
Yeah, no, I like this issue, actually.
Yeah,
I like the story
I really do too.
I like the way that they're telling it.
I really liked it too. I'm still not 100% sure why she went. So, she went in not as Batgirl because going in as Batgirl would have caused too much of a disturbance.
Yeah.
Because she was going to be confronting the police and stuff.
Confronting the police.
Because she's already, because her dad's so high out for her.
And because also, what's his face, had worked with Batgirl in the past. So him calling Barbara, right, who's a redhead, and going, "Hey, Barbara, don't come to this."
So instead, she still looks like a redhead.
I know, but still, him calling up her and saying, "Hey, I'm in some deep trouble here,"
right,
and then having Batgirl show up right after he says that. I mean, to some degree, still, but just the coincidence there is a little bit hard to ignore.
Still a really good story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But for me, the most interesting part is the whole Gordon
thing.
Gordon thing, and how they're gonna deal with that. How Gail Snow will pull this out and make me accept it. Because, like I said, right now the only two visions I can see this thing ending well as he actually does catch.
Well,
he does catch Batgirl and finds out what her secret identity is, or
he finds out James.
We find out that James isn't really dead, and so Batgirl may be evil, but she isn't the evil that killed his diabolical son. Mm-hmm. Which is so hard time with that. And the whole mom running out and not saying, "Oh no, Batgirl saved me from the monster."
Oh well.
But anyway, now what rate this book? Do you have anything else you want to say about it?
Not really, no. The Nightfall people. I didn't think Nightfall was gonna come back.
Yeah.
But
I think it's really interesting that Gordon's so desperate that he's willing to go to people he knows are
evil,
bad people.
They're so dumb.
And of course they're freaking.
They're like, "Oh gosh, he's hunting us down. We're going to have to take him down, guys." Which he's totally not.
But from their perspective, I could easily see how they would suspect that. Because it makes no sense for him to suddenly be going, "I don't care about you and your potential villainous activities. I just want your security cameras so I can go after this other person."
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're going to go after the superhero. Sure. So I can see 100% why they're acting the way they're acting.
Still. Do you think they'd research it just a little bit more? Because I don't think it'd take much digging deep to find out that Gordon's on a warpath for. I think I'd give it a solid 3.
I'm gonna give it a 4. I enjoyed it. I think it's really interesting. I think it's really interesting stuff. Excited to see what goes on, and I haven't been really excited about Batgirl for a while. So. Okay, what's next?
Next up we have Batman, issue 23.
Good old. 3rd issue of the 0 year of the 11 issues that are going to be 0 year, which a lot of people are still going, "Oh no!" I like the book.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. There is there's 3 or 4 pages that I didn't need. The whole I'm okay with them going back in time and talking about stuff that happened in the past, as long as they're not going to tread the same crap we've seen a million times. And they kind of do here at the end when he pops open that photography ball and it projects the cave in his living room basically as he's sitting down in the chair. So we once again get that whole bat thing coming in.
But see, I like that. I liked the fact that symbolically in this case, instead of the old bat, flying through the window break and him going, "Oh,
well, that's just Morrison's version of it.
That's the new bat getting ready to fly."
Right.
Wow. I thought that was
sure.
I thought that was cool. Yes, we've all seen it 1,000 times. So you think maybe at some point they do something different?
No, I was hoping they weren't even going to address it.
Yeah. But on the other hand, I'm a lot happier with the new bat getting ready to fly out than I would have been if it was another, if it was just the same old geezer bat flying in. I mean, because, we've really seen that 1,000 times. So.
There's some great moments in here. You get a good moment between him and between Bruce and Alfred, confirming, regardless of whether I agree with your actions or not, I'm always going to be there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff like that. I thought it was cool how the Red Hood, how he shoots Bruce, that he shoots him through the picture of Bruce's parents. You know, so they've got a bullet hole through each of them. And it's also 2 bullets for Bruce. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Grace, my favorite actual page is there's actually one panel of awesome foreshadowing in the book where Bruce has been all stitched up. You know, he's just covered and you know because he was shot.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's picking himself up. You know, he's basically naked. All he's got is a towel, and he. You know, and he's just had this moment with Alfred. Alfred says, "I'll always be there," and whatnot. And he's walking away from the medical room, and the towel is dragging behind him, and he looks exactly like Batman. It's like the shadow and shape of Batman. Fabulous foreshadowing, because in like the next page or two, then we get
that
the embrace of the bait. But that was a beautiful piece of artwork. I don't know. I would love to know how much of that is Scott Snyder going, "Hey, draw this panel of him walking away and that towel dragging so it looks like it's a cape," and how much of that was just Capullo going, "You know what, this would be awesome
Yeah,
if when he's walking away it looks that way." Or is it just pure coincidence that it happens to look that way? Except it really does.
I mean, Greg and Scott, I don't know, I just feel like they probably wouldn't have done that by...
Well, they're by accident. I think things happen by accident.
But
then once he realized it, then he probably worked it even longer. Here is the panel I'm talking about right here. This final panel here, him walking away. To me, that just looks like he's wearing the cowl. I think. So, that was pretty cool.
So, what would you give this book?
I give it a 4.
Yep, me too.
I think that even despite the couple pages of the readdressing of the Bat stuff, I still think it was a really enjoyable. I'm loving this 0 year thing.
Yeah.
Because like I said, most of it isn't addressing the same old things. Don't know exactly how Enigma's going to play in the whole thing once that all squares away and whatnot. I'm not totally captivated by that part of it, but the whole Red Hood gang part of it is really cool and stuff. So I'm really enjoying that.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm pretty sure though. I mean, at the level of that magnet, I'm pretty sure if you had a plate in your head and somebody was zapping you with a super magnet, that'd probably do more than it was. I mean, besides just...
I don't know, gluing him to the ground, on the floor. My question is Enigma's not wearing anything metal on him, because I think if it pulled that hard, they would physically rip you off your feet and stick you to the ground.
Yeah.
Your belt buckle,
your earrings,
whatever, your
filling. Yeah, you'd think so, but...
Yeah, but whatever, that's a comic book for you.
Yeah.
So, next up we're going to talk about The Fearless Defenders, issue 8. Great covers for these books, I'll say.
Yep.
Every cover has been a lot of fun, whether it be whatever. This is basically looking at the new Valkyrie costume. What do you think of this book?
Well, the writing's really good. And the characters, they're really interesting.
They're fun.
Especially when they pull in, new characters.
Right. That's
like
cool.
This Huntress lady.
Because we don't know, quite honestly, we don't know a ton of the Marvel,
very many Marvel people.
I mean, I know them by names,
but the art in this book sucks.
Yeah.
There's just no other way of phrasing it.
There's some ridiculous
panels.
panels.
It's just really bad.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, and there's one, like the super stretchy leg.
Yeah. So, we like the book, right? As far as we like the story. The story's fun. Great characters in it. Great characterization of those characters. So we're happy about that. You know what? In the past, I haven't even minded the art that much when the regular artist is on the book, and they do this as a regular artist.
But this
and I got nothing against the artist himself. Let's just be clear there. We're just talking about my preference for what I like in art and what we don't like in art. And
there's just
the book is bumped up $1. The book is now a $3.99 book as opposed to a $2.99. $2.99 book. It was just good fun, and I'd read it, and that's fine. The art was a little shaky. Didn't really care because I wasn't paying that much for it. Now it's gone up in price. Now
and this page is just unforgivable.
Now I'm more inclined to be a little more critical of some of the things. And this is the page in particular.
Like the stretchy leg
that we talked about here.
The stretchy leg with everybody getting ready to do a fancy jumping dance.
Well, it's like everybody is supposed to be doing like martial arts flying kicks at everybody else.
But it doesn't look like that.
It just doesn't work. I mean, it's just...
At all.
well, her butt's too low to the ground, and I mean, I'm not going to go on and on about it, but this is the page that offended us the most, and I don't know. It looks like from solicitations clear into October at least. It's a $3.99 book.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, it's got the digital code in the back of it, which I guess maybe they're increasing the price and then putting the digital code in the back of it for that extra $1, so those people who like reading digital comics can. And I could, I guess, peel a little sticker off back here in the back and share this and convince other people that they should be reading it too, because maybe they're trying to hope to increase sales by doing that. If I give it away, people will get excited by it enough that they'll start buying it themselves. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I haven't found an inoffensive way to ask Cullen Bunn on Twitter, see if he'd answer me, as to why. I mean, I know it's not his decision. He didn't make the decision. But maybe he understands why they did. I'd be curious to know why it goes up. Because as a whole, I like the Marvel $2.99 books, because they happen to be the kind of weird, quirky ones also, so I've been enjoying that. So I don't know. I don't know how much longer I'll keep this on its pull. Like I said, I like the characters, I like the idea of it, but the art is part of the storytelling process.
Yeah.
So, what would we rate the book?
It's hard. I guess I'll just give it a 3.
I'm giving it a 3 also. The writing characterization lifts it, and then the art pulls it back down. So what's last? What we're talking about?
Last up, we have Justice League of America, issue 7, part 4 of the Trinity War.
I'm really digging the Trinity War. I think that's pretty cool. I really like this issue as far as stuff happens. You know, we're not just everybody puffing their chest up and going, we gotta do something. Get all out doing it. They're all out rushing around doing their different things, trying to figure out what's going on. Superman is sicker than crap, trying to do stuff. We get introduced to a he wasn't called Psycho Pirate, was he? He was called...
I thought it was Dr. Psycho.
Dr. Psycho, thank you. Dr. Psycho character.
Who's freaking creepy.
Well, yeah. Yeah, he's
really
psycho.
Creepy.
So I'm excited about all that. Looking forward to the next issue for the next part of the Trinity War, see what this all leads to. I'm really hoping the Trinity War in itself has its own little tied-up thing before it drops into the Forever Evil event that's going on. I'm kind of worried now that it's really going to just be, this is just a gear up to that. This is the event before the event book, which would be kind of a bummer if that's the case.
Yeah, it'll be a little.
But this comic book to some degree suffers from the same issues that Fearless Defenders had for me. And the fact is, there's one pencilist on the book, I think. There might be another pencilist that did some of the pieces, but there's 6 inkers on this book. 6 inkers. There's 20 pages, 6 inkers. And you can so what? That's 3 pages an inker at most, right? Something like that. So it's very inconsistent. It's very inconsistent. It's kind of loopy as far as the artwork goes. I think it's unfortunate. To me, my guess is that somebody didn't meet their deadline. I don't know if that means the writers didn't meet their deadline, and so it cramped. It cramped the artist and his what will be his tied to him inker, or if he just or if the penciler just got way behind, and so they had to. All the pages were sitting there, and they had to have them done in a day or 2 days, and so they just threw them out to as many inkers as they could to get it done. I don't know. But, so yeah, that part, kind of bummer. What'd you think of the book?
I liked it.
Anything stand out?
Dr. Psycho did. He's freaking creepy.
I'm curious to see more of him.
Really like watching Martian Manhunter just mind annihilate people.
He is a badass.
Yeah.
He has to be, hands down, the most frightening superhero in the DC universe right now.
Yep.
Because it seems to me, I mean, unless everyone made a concerted effort to go after him all at the same time, I think he can take anybody.
He's been in every Justice League.
Yeah, he has.
Because he was in Justice League Dark, and apparently at some point he was in Justice League,
and
they had a little...
which they are. That's kind of cool. They
had a heated debate.
I think it's really cool. They don't completely touch on that. They just kind of imply there's some history here, and it didn't work out real great. And of course, he was also, and he was also,
and then now
he was also part of Stormwatch.
Yeah, not that anybody in Stormwatch knows that.
believe that book's
And that's where it really?
Yeah, it hasn't been canceled yet. It's amazing.
Yeah, that is kind of amazing.
Anyway.
And now he's in Justice League of America. But yes, he's terrifying. And I think singly, he can pretty much take anybody.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to...
Except for Batman.
I'm looking forward to the Justice League of America book once the Trinity War is done, because at least the first issue after the Trinity War is over with is all Martian Manhunter.
Oh, cool.
It's the main story. So,
awesome.
It'd be cool to see more of him and whatnot.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about Justice League of America?
Not that I can really think of. I feel like there's something about that. The House of Mystery is always cool.
Yeah. Catwoman, all I had to do is ask.
Yeah.
I just asked him. I charmed him. He likes me. What?
Yeah.
It's a he?
It's like,
Of course it is.
I mean, I could think of, well, obviously there's lots of people out there that you'd never want to have as a suitor, but the House of Mystery is probably on the top of that list.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like the kind of thing that would take it down for an answer, you know?
Is that the House of Mystery or is it the House of Secrets?
I think it's the House of Mystery.
It's Mystery? Okay. I can never remember. I always forget.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because
they've both been around.
Because Constantine was trying to invite people into it, and they were like, no! Constantine, stop that!
Yeah. Because he invites you and then he controls them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Pretty much.
So, what would we rate this book?
I think I'd give it a solid 3.
I give it a solid 3 also. It's a pretty decent week worth of books, as opposed to last week where we pretty much whined about everything. So that's it!
Yeah, I don't think that actually even took ridiculously long either.
Yeah. So we'll quit talking.
Wow.
Anyway,
goodbye.
see y'all later.